Hi, it's Steph from Surgery App. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to properly build your website so it's accessible and user-friendly as possible, but also how to ensure that your website is mobile optimized. So we know that 80% from NHS Digital's data, 80% of patients who visit your website will do so on a mobile. So you need to make sure that your website is fully mobile optimized. We're going to share screen now and show you a good example of this. So we can see that we're in the website now for Pontedour Primary Care Centre. Now, if you want to see how your website looks on a mobile, all you have to do is go onto your desktop, visit your website, and press the F12 key. So we're going to do this now on this full screen here. So if I simply press F12 on this screen, this will show me a mobile view. So we can see now that the website has been organized to be mobile friendly. We've got the quick link for Cymraeg, and we've got the full menu options at the top. When patients scroll, they scroll and the website is set out in a mobile optimized view. So it's really easy for patients to find what they're looking for, and there's not a lot of wording on there to make it very confusing for patients. Also, in our websites, we've got the accessibility tool. So even if a patient is using this on a mobile, they can click the accessibility tool and then do whatever they want. They can change the contrast, text spacing, make it dyslexia friendly, pause animations, whatever they want to do, they can make that more user friendly. So this is the way to check if your website is mobile optimized or not, just by simply pressing the F12 key. So press that again now, F12, and that'll bring it back to a full desktop view. So again, just to reiterate, really important, with 80% of your traffic coming through on a mobile or any smart device, such as a tablet, just press the F12 key to see how your website would look to a patient if they were doing on a mobile, or simply Google or type your website URL into a mobile and see what it looks. The more mobile optimized your website will look, the better, the more user-friendly it is for your patients. Okay, so we're going to go back now to how to make sure that your website is, the architecture of it will help your patients as much as possible. Now, we've built our website on, as you know, the recently published information from NHS England around creating highly usable, accessible GP websites for patients. Now, this is not mandatory in Wales yet, but I suspect it will become mandatory soon. And it is a very, very good guide because it is built on WAG 2.2 requirements for public-facing websites. So all of these initiatives here, we've gone through all of these with a fine-tooth comb, and our websites are completely compliant. We've built our websites on this basis. So you can see here that we've got some news events. Now, in this document, a lot of practices will have news as a scrolling event. That's very difficult for patients to see and to be able to go on to different news events. So this document highlights the fact that news events should be static items at the top of each page. Important. So you can have, you can see we've got news. So this would include all practice news. But on the home page, if there's an important news item like request a flu vaccine or clothes for staff training, then it should be a static item appear, and patient can click on that and find, okay, we closed on that day, and what to do when we closed. That will take the patient to the out of hours information then. So news items, really important that they are static and that they're important items at the top of your website. Secondly, in this document really highlights this around accessibility. When you click on a title here, a lot of websites will have drop downs. When a patient scrolls over this, there are drop downs which patient can see. Again, this doesn't make this accessible, and this document says that should not be the case. You should not have drop downs here. Again, that makes it very difficult when you've got drop downs when patients are viewing this in a mobile view. Okay, so if you can imagine now you've got a menu and you've got drop downs, the menu will not appear as easily as it should if you had those drop downs. So let's go back to full view. So when you do click on admin queries, there shouldn't be any drop downs coming from here. It should be just clickable with one click level, and then they can see the patient. Once they click on that, they can see everything that's under that page then. For example, so make sure that your website doesn't have that drop down there. Instead, everything should be searchable. So patients are used to using now a Google search bar or a Bing search bar. So if there's a word here called admin. So if I was to type in ADMIN into the search bar, it would bring up everything then for admin queries, or which had the word admin in it. So the usability moves away from menu drop downs and goes to the search bar, which is easily accessible here. And we basically click out of that and then go back to the home page. So that's how the document from NHS Digital details the new navigation recommended for websites with no drop downs, but instead a searchable tool. So anything that's in your website, whether it be information pages down the bottom, patients can search what they're looking for here and it'll bring that result up. Everything with a keyword search is built into your website. Okay, secondly, big ticket items. So you want to make it accessible and as quick as possible for patients on the one-click level. So a lot of surgeries will have 1 or 2 or 3 clicks to get through to something. Everything that's important to your patients should be at one-click level. So requesting a GP appointment. So you can have anything behind this button, and it should be at the top of the website here. So we can see we've structured our website. So there's very quick links up here in white, which draws the user's attention to that. And quick links then about online health reviews or registration or practice activity data are down the bottom. So how to request a GP appointment, how to request a nurse appointment, and let's have an example here of a different surgery. So I know Bot Surgery, how to make an appointment. They have eConsult as a service. So patients can either phone or they can use eConsult, or some surgeries will have secured forms to request a GP appointment. So that you should tell patients exactly how they can go about making appointments with a GP for urgent, non-urgent, routine, online if you have AccuRx or Ask My GP or eConsult, any sort of consultation. You should put this all behind one button to tell patients exactly how to go about making an appointment. Again, requesting a nurse appointment, any admin queries. We've got lots of admin queries we can build for you. New doctor sick of more than 7 days, and this will take the patient to no longer need to you no longer need to give the patient a self-certification form. They can self-certify now online on the new .gov Wales website, and they can certify using this form here. So no need for you guys to give them or for the patient to download a self-cert form anymore. We've got the new doctor sick note and the request and extension to sick note, which asks different questions to enable your clinicians to make a decision then based on the questions on the answers the patients are given. So lots of stuff there. Events are really important. So if you do have events, the surgery doesn't have any at the moment, but you've got flu clinics or anything like that, you could put that on as an event. Out of hours. So out of hours is really important that you put NHS 111 in there. And we've just built a new website for a surgery this morning. A COID, I believe it is, but we'll come back to that. There's a new NHS Wales logo, which we're updating systematically for all practices. Wales Eye Care Service, severe injuries, if you have a minor injuries unit, urgent for A&E, and dental issues. They should all be listed there for the patients, exactly what to do when you are closed. Again, to the homepage, this surgery doesn't want to order repeat prescription at the top. Other surgeries do. So when patients want to click on order repeat medication, you can say, okay, well, you now can order in one of 3 ways, maybe online through My Health Online, and there's a registration page there to register for My Health Online, a secured form, or an email, and some surgeries will allow patients to request acute prescriptions. The secured form, when some patients send an email to you to request repeat medication, they may not put in there all the details you want. So by using a secured form, we collect all the details you need: name, surname, date of birth, postcode, email address, preferred collection point, and we tell patients to list exactly what they want: medication name, strength, dosage, and the quantity. So we can really help you to structure your website to get the most information out of from your patients and also to structure in a way so that patients get to what they want to get to on the first click basis. All the information about your surgery should be on the website's homepage without the patient needing to click in anymore. And on the footers down here, all the legal terminology you will need which is changing in April, terms and conditions, privacy policy, and accessibility statements. That's very important and is also embedded in our websites. So that's a quick video for you just to show you how your website should be structured based on the new recommendations from NHS Digital, and how you can ensure that, again, your website is mobile optimized using the F12 button on your keyboard. So that's it. Any questions, please please do get in touch. We are now offering practice websites that work in tandem with the app, a fully managed service. When we put information in for you, it'll update your website and your app simultaneously. And of course, we do have a cluster free site. If cluster gives us any news or information, then it'll automatically appear in your website as well. So yeah, do get in touch if you need a practice website or a review of your current website, which is free. Okay, thank you.